Hi there and welcome back. It's Tania from Tatty Treasures. Hello, hope everybody's doing okay. I must apologise for not putting any videos out last week. I was so exhausted after my holiday. I'm still tired now, and it's, you know, I've been back a week. But yeah, so I didn't do any videos. I did do the monthly Patreon giveaway, but I didn't do any crafting videos. So I am sorry, and especially for people who have you know, been following this lapbook that I've been making. So this will be the fourth part. I've got a playlist. I'm using a kit that I created to do this project with. You know, you can make lots of things with this kit. Normal journals, file folder projects, and you know, all the rest of it. It's a big kit. On Etsy there's two kits, 35 pages each kit, and on Patreon it's just sold as one kit. And there's lots of freebies on Patreon of this kit. I think there's nearly 20 extra sheets on there, and yeah, so that's that. And it's called Botanical Notes. So I've not used my ink or anything for weeks. Let me move this out of the way. So we're going to make the journals, which are going to go in that centre what do you call them, spines. So yeah, I've not obviously used the language or anything, so I'm definitely rusty. I'm just going to do this with my small trimmer. I've done the other three signatures in my kitchen on my big trimmer, but I just cannot get my big trimmer under the camera. It's too big for my desk, really. It's okay if I take everything off my desk, but apart from that, so it's a faff to use that. That's what I'm trying to say. So because I've printed these on both sides, and I don't know how to print borderless, my borders, you know, don't match up. So as you can see on this side, I've got this border there. I needed to have put my papers in, you know, the same way, so I got the same borders, but I always forget to do that. So I'm gonna take all the edges off, and that will rectify that. There's just 5 journal pages, printed journal pages in each of the journals, so I've only got to cut 5 of them, and then I'm going to put 5 tea stained papers in, because remember, I'm using these as, you know, actual writing, more as notepads than journals. I mean, little edges is fine because I'm going to be inking all around them, so that's not an issue. I'm not bothered if they're not, you know, all the same size. You know, I could go around them with a blade and get everything exactly the same size, but I'm not that kind of crafter. I like I don't know what the word would be. Not precise. I think it just makes it more I don't know, like individual. So yeah, I'd say doing them one by one just seems to take ages. And say I know I've been over an hour or so, you know, getting the other 3 journals, you know, ready. But it is part and parcel of it, isn't it? It's not my favourite part, definitely not. For, you know, the lapbook project, the actual making the, I suppose, bare bones of the lapbook is my favourite bit. You know, some people love the fancying up of things, you know, the decorating. Some people love, you know, the being precise, the measurement side and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I think that one does go that way. Yeah. So is that 4, and then the 5th one, this is the middle one. Oops, not even folded that. So there will just be videos at the moment on Saturdays and Sundays, because I just want to cut down and you know, definitely enjoy the summer. I'm going to say now I've got even more grandchildren. Oh dear. And obviously, you know, my youngest daughter's still at home and stuff. You know, personal life is just busy. And you know, with suffering bad with with fatigue, it seems to kind of use all my energy up and don't leave enough for other things. So I've cut these down ready. I've just cut a little bit off the top and a little bit off the sides. I think it makes these just a little bit shorter than the printed ones, and I'm going to put these ones all together in the middle. So at first when I did it, I put them in every, you know, digital, then tea stained and so forth, and then I thought, no, I'm just going to put them in the middle. Okay, so that middle one I decided to fold, fold that way. Did I? No, I did it that way and then did it, yeah, like that. Okay, so that is 10 pages, which makes how many sides? Is that, oh my goodness, 40 sides. See, I've forgotten everything. And then I've used this Rustic Wilderness, and I've inked all around the edges, and I just think this colour goes really nice with this kit. It really complements it. So on the front page I'm going to ink down this edge to give it, you know, the front a nice frame. Then do the back. So these are going to be the, you know, the covers for the notebook. I have printed this on, let me just turn around and have a look. I think 200 GSM. So they're quite sturdy, should I say. Not doing the middle one because obviously all the pages will be all together and you won't see that anyway. So I'm still gonna do this side because I think you can, you know, when it's sewed in you can still see that bit, and I just think it frames the page nice. So I hope everybody's doing okay. We had wonderful weather when we was in Crete. I think, you know, it was between 26 and 30 Celsius each day. So it was lovely. I felt very pain-free and a lot more fit and had more energy, and it's surprising what the sun and the heat does. I must say after about 5 days I was getting a little bit tired of how hot it was. Honestly, you can't win, can you? But yeah, when we came back, it wasn't too bad here. It was about 20 Celsius or something, but it felt so cold. And yeah, had a couple of days of, you know, emptying suitcases, washing, drying. Luckily it was dry here, so I was able to get everything dried outside. And yeah, just getting, you know, things back to normal, and getting my eating back to normal because we'd gone all inclusive, so done nothing but eat and drink. We had a nighttime flight, so I think, you know, we took off about midnight, got home, I don't know, about 4 o'clock in the morning or something. And then, you know, by the time we actually got home, that was, you know, what time? Oh, I don't know why I'm doing that. That was what time we landed. I think it was getting on for 5 o'clock by the time we got home. So yeah, I only had a couple of hours sleep that first night back, and then the Tuesday just felt groggy, didn't want to, you know, sleep in the day, tried to get my sleeping pattern back, but then I think I just got overtired, then couldn't sleep. So I've been all week just getting my pattern back, but I don't sleep great anyway. I can't remember the last time I, you know, slept through the night. So yeah, it doesn't take a lot for my pattern to be messed up. And I think I don't normally, well, I don't drink a lot of alcohol, you know, day to day, but on holiday, oh yes, I love it. And I think a week of, you know, drinking, because lazy on holiday, you know, I like to just sit by the pool, go to the beach, a little bit of you know, walking around the shop and the shops. But mainly it's just sitting, eating, drinking. So yeah, I don't think my body's used to it. So like I say, I've been back a week now. I'm starting to feel, I gave myself grace. I thought, you know, I think, well, by the middle of the week, because I was thinking, you know, I'll film towards the end of the week. I'll be back to normal. And then I just ended up saying to myself, oh, you know what, I think you're just going to be all week getting yourself back to normal. Start again, you know, on Monday. So here I am. Here I am. I've put lots of photos up. If you're on Patreon, I think I put about 30 odd photos up of my holiday. Beautiful place. It's a second time in Crete, different part of Crete. And yeah, beautiful, clear, greeny blue water. Even though it was only about 20 odd miles from where we stayed the time before, the water was a lot bluer. But the beaches at this place was quite rocky, and when you went into the sea it was quite rocky and stony. So we did buy some water shoes, which really did help. I didn't manage to swim. I find the water very cold. Even the swimming pool, you know, I sat on the edge of the swimming pool with my legs in it, and I got to all the way up to my neck in the sea, but yeah, I couldn't immerse myself fully. I think I've just got really quite nesh, but I mean, saying that, so many older people just jumping in the pool and stuff, and I don't know why you're doing it, because it's absolutely ice cold. So yes, but yeah, watching the sea and stuff was lovely. Like I say, we did, you know, every couple of hours, went as far as we could, and you know, to cool off. You could see all the fish in the sea, which was lovely. But yeah, no exciting stories to say. Like I say, I don't really, you know, go and look at, you know, historical things or what have you. It's all about rest and relaxation for me when I go away. Okay, we've only got a couple more left. So I've done this with the other 3 signatures. It is time consuming, but I do think, you know, I like the look of it. It's I think if you don't like the look of it, then you're obviously saving yourself a lot of time. But yeah, I think just overall, you know, goes very nice. So this week, because it's, you know, the second week back, I think it's, well, it feels a lot colder than it did the week before. So I don't know what kind of, at the minute it's looking quite dull out there. I think there is some sun. It's just very cloudy out there. I'm guessing it's about 14-15 Celsius. So I think as the week goes on, it's going to get colder this week, and then I think we're heading for rain, which is unfortunate because on Friday I'm going to see my middle daughter and my youngest granddaughter. I'm going to meet her in town and take her for lunch, and my youngest daughter, because she takes an exam that day, so I'm going to meet up with her. And then on the Saturday I was supposed to be taking 2 of my other grandchildren, my oldest daughter's 2 of her children, to the zoo. And I refuse to go if it's raining and stuff. I just think it makes it a miserable day. And the zoo is quite big. There's a lot of walking and stuff, and I think, you know, I'll be grizzly, they'll be grizzly. So I'm hoping that the weather decides to change. Because why I've been back and been tired. I've not you know, caught up with the grandchildren, so you know, this kind of week and next week's about, you know, getting back into a routine, catching up with everybody. I just have to, you know, take things slow to get back to some kind of normality. It's crazy, isn't it? Go on holiday for a week of relaxation. It takes you nearly a month to get over it. Oh dear. But anybody who's got, you know, any kind of chronic fatigue conditions and stuff will totally get it. I think, you know, all that organising before you go, and have I got this and have I got that, and, you know, matching all your outfits up and then running around for that top that you need to go with, you know, that skirt, and it's a lot. Okay, so they are done. I'm just looking at that as well. Whew. Let's put that in there, like so. Okay, and then there's the other 3. So we've got 4. So I've done same kind of layout. So we've got a nice, you know, cover page. Then we've got a nice picture to open up to. And then where the middle is, then we've got us 5 sheets. Okay, just check that they're all like that, because I did try different things. Like I said, I did try at first put, you know, a page in and then a page in there, but I wasn't so keen on that. Yeah, that's fine. And on this one I've put a little label. Okay, yeah, which got a sheets here, but you know, we can add those at another time. So I'm going to get one sewn now. Okay, let's go back to this a minute. So I've decided with this that I'm going to have these as removable notebooks, because, you know, I want to be able to take one out and do whatever writing I want, and then, you know, put them back in. I don't have to sew these together. I could leave them loose if I wanted, but I want to sew them up so they, you know, I can take them out, they're complete notebooks, and you know, my papers aren't going to fall out. So I haven't covered this part yet, and I'm going to put my eyelets in before I cover that, and then when I cover that, you're not going to see the eyelet or the elastic on the outside. So because I'm doing it that way, I'm going to put the nice part of the eyelet inside, because you won't see the back part. So let me just get 4 out. So I'm going to have 2 elastics and then put 2 signatures on each one. Now you may have noticed these journals are, or notebooks, a lot smaller than the lap book, and that allows you to have that space, because these are big eyelets. Gives you that space, because if you know your spine was only the same size, your elastic would, you know, fit round your notebook quite funny, and it'd probably rip into it and stuff. So having it bigger is better. Okay, so I think let's get the eyelets in first. I can't remember my measurements or anything, so let's I think it's 3 inches, yeah. So it's 3 inches. So if I did one at, say, 1 inch and one at 2 inch, that would give me 1 inch either side. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so if I just open that up and put my ruler across the bottom, just get this pencil. If I mark 1 inch and 2 inch there, can I see the first bit? Okay, would that be too high? No, that would be fine. So where's my holy thingy? Okay. So I'm going to do 2 holes. And get that bit of paper out so I can see where my mark is. Is that it? Yeah. I didn't go all the way through. It did and it didn't. Let's do it again. Yeah. Okay. Well, it has, it's just not. That's it. Okay, so there's my 2 holes there. So if I pop that one. Ooh. Did I do it with a small hole? didn't think I did. I do hate that it every time you do a hole it keeps the... Yeah, I did do it with the small one. Oh, silly me. I wonder if they've improved that on these. Because it really gets on my nerves. Right, let's do this. Oh, gosh, that took all my strength. Okay, and then we'll pop that in there. I hope you can see, because I've not looked up at the screen. Oh gosh, come on. Okay, so that's those two in, and then if I do the same here, I think that's gonna have to go a bit higher. Okay. Pencil. So I think if I mark it there and there, that should be okay. I was going to tell you what eyelets these are, but I can't. Oh, the memory keeper ones, aren't they? But they're the bigger ones. I could probably use the small ones, but I think when you're going through quite thick board, I do think these bigger ones are, are better. Oh, honestly. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay, and that's what have I just done with those? Come on, where did I put them? There's one there. So I can't see it that angle. Have I got it? No. Oh dear. I don't know if it's just I'm at a funny angle. I think I was just at a funny angle. Oh, okay. And that's the one. Oh dear. Gosh, lost all my strength with having a relaxing week. Okay, so I'm going to put the elastic in. So I'm going to have the knot on the outside, aren't I? Let's cut some off. Oh, that's it. I don't know where anything lives because obviously I've not used it. Yes, I got very in front with my videos before I went away, so I had nearly 2 weeks once I finished filming to get me, you know, in front and through my holidays. And then obviously we're being away for a week, and then now being home for a week, it is like 4 weeks since I've done any filming. Like I say, I did do the giveaway video, but yeah, that's, you know, a bit different to crafting and knowing where everything is. So yeah, I'm a bit out of practice, and I think you know, part of me wishes I'd have finished this project before I went away, because it can be a bit hard, can't it, to come back to something after you've had a break from it. But I think because I'd got to a part where, you know, the inside was done, kind of doing the journal bits, is a new part. I don't think that was as bad. Perhaps if I'd have left it and I was still matting it or putting the ephemera in, it would have been, you know, quite difficult to start it back again. So all I've done is double knotted them and just cut them off. Like I say, this will be covered. I'm not sure how I'm covering it yet. I've not thought that far in front. So these will, I'll have to put another elastic in, aren't I? Yeah, of course, Tania. Oh, honestly. Well, I did just warn you, I'm out to practice. So yeah, I need 2 strings each hole, which is obviously, you know, good for those bigger eyelets. So if I just poke that through there again, like so. And you just got enough to grab hold of it and knot it. Normally I do far too much. I mean, it was the biggest roll of elastic. I can't remember where I did get it from. I've had it, you know, a long time now. Okay, so that's got 2 elastics in. Let's put the other one in here. Really, if I'd have thought about it, I could have just used 1 piece and threaded it through twice, but I'd actually forgot that I needed 2. I suppose I could have done it all with the same piece as well, because you could thread it over to come out the next hole. But whatever way you do it, it doesn't matter, as long as it, you know, does what it needs to do. Yep. Don't cut the elastic you need. Okay, so put these through here. I am going to make an ephemera kit in these papers. I won't be starting on it for another week or so until, you know, I'm caught up with other things. But yeah, I'm going to make an ephemera kit, and there'll probably be some extra you know, journal pages and backing sheets in that. I love it. Perhaps did these elastics a little bit too tight, but they do seem to loosen off as you use them. Okay, where's my middle? There we go. Okay, so that's those in. That's, make sure I'm back in the middle. That's it. So they look lovely, don't they? And then, you know, got quite a bit of chunk. So when I was closing it, I would put 2 in that side, 2 in that side, and then it still, you know, closes very nicely without it gapping open. Do need to cut this sheet down. Can you see how it's catching on there? Did I cut? And I need to cut that one down. I will do that when we get back to you know, the actual lap book. So let's whip one of these out and get it sewn, and then I'll do the other 3 off screen. So I'm just going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm not going to clip it together. So I've got some khaki waxed thread. That might be okay. Oh, I don't think I got an awl out to make my holes. Have I got one at my desk? I don't think I have. Okay, I will just grab one. Okay, I've just got an awl. So I know they're all in the right order and the right way up. Okay, and because they're just pages, it's easy enough to do without clipping it up. Okay, could go higher actually. Let's go higher. Need to be a bit careful because it's, even though it's 200 GSM, it's obviously, you know, not the toughest of covers. Okay, and then go down there. Okay, so I'm going to go in through the middle. Just grab it with my finger through the bottom. Or I could go through the top. It doesn't matter. I say that it should be really simple to put together when you've got lots of, I mean, even though these are different sizes, they're really the same, you know, the same size. It's not like you've got little things and envelopes and all kinds of things. Yep. In there, so they normally sew together quite easy. Okay, hopefully I didn't go through that thread. No, I don't think I did. Okay, make sure that I've got thread either side of underneath there. And I'll just knot it twice. I'm going to cut it pretty short. And that is that. So yeah, really simple sewing together. And now, you know, that's a complete little notepad. So like I say, I will sew the other 3 off screen, and I will be back tomorrow. And tomorrow we will be making some little notebooks to fill the lots of pockets that we've got inside of the lap book. Now obviously I'm showing you, you know, the pieces that I've created in the kit, but you know, these pieces can be made without the kit, so you know, I will mention that and you know, how you would make the things without the kit. Okay, that is that. Be back tomorrow, like I say, and like I say, for the unforeseeable future, or the foreseeable future. Yeah, for the foreseeable future, not the unforeseeable future. For the foreseeable future, there would just be videos Saturdays and Sundays, because that's when most people seem to watch anyway. And any kit flip throughs and extra videos, I'll put those up on you know, the Friday. But apart from that, it's going to be Saturday, Sunday. Will be a few weeks until I get cracking on you know, the add-on for this, and you know, my next new kit, which I don't know what it's going to be at this point. And yeah, if you're waiting for me to get back to you for anything, then you know, I am working, I'm up to date with orders and things like that. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you very much for watching, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye for now.